Alternate past and future timelines, one of my most favorite WoW topics to cover, showing us how history would take place if it was rewritten. In this video, I will be covering events that take place in the novel Thrall Twilight of the Aspects, which takes place during the Cataclysm. During this time, Thrall ventured to the Caverns of Time in hopes of locating Nosdormu, since he was apparently missing and none of the Bronze Dragons knew where he was. When entering one of the portals, Thrall found himself in Hillsbrad foothills many decades ago, to the time of where he was an infant and Durotan and Draka had made the journey to Orgrim Doomhammer to warn him of Gul'dan's treachery. Upon arriving in this time period, a group of Blackrock orcs ran into him, but before they noticed him, Thrall made sure to conceal the Doomhammer since the weapon was so widely known amongst the Horde, and to have both he and Orgrim Doomhammer, who was at this time also wielding it, would just cause confusion to ensue and Thrall's cover to be blown. Thrall also lied to the Blackrock orcs and told them that he was a warlock, not a shaman, because in this time, most of the shamans had tossed aside their connection to the elements in exchange for the devastating magics of Fel. However, this raised suspicion in one of the Blackrock orcs by the name of Grukar, since Thrall was dressed very differently than the common warlock. His robes were not dark and he did not have skulls decorated around him. Thrall responded by merely saying that those who decorate themselves in such fashion are insecure, and they do their best to boast about their power. Others like him, however, have no need to boast, since they know what powers they truly wielded. With this having said, Grukar uneasily stepped back since he recognized Thrall's power. Grukar then asked if Thrall was here to assist him with the mission, and although Thrall did not know what mission he referred to, he replied by saying yes to avoid raising any further suspicion. Together they traveled to the location of where Doomhammer's meeting with Durotan took place, and while Thrall and the other orc guards waited for the meeting to conclude, Thrall overheard bits of the meeting. He overheard his father telling Orgrim of Gul'dan's corruption. He overheard Doomhammer's voice agreeing to help Durotan, and most importantly, he realized what event was about to transpire: the death of his parents. As his infant self, Draka, Durotan, and Doomhammer emerged from their tents, shock, joy, and fear consumed Thrall. He wanted to hug his parents and mentor, but he could not. He wanted to tell them of the danger they were in, but he could not. Thrall was about to see firsthand the gruesome murder of his beloved parents. As Thrall observed his family, Draka made eye contact with him and noticed how his eyes and eye color matched those of the infant she was holding. Quickly changing the subject, Thrall replied by saying, "Let us make haste. Surely a discussion of eye color can wait until you are at a safe location." And together, with Grukar and his family, they marched. While walking, dozens of thoughts flooded Thrall. He could save his family. He could prevent himself from being enslaved by Blackmoor. He could stand side by side with Durotan and Orgrim and kill Gul'dan. He could free his people of the demonic taint years before Grom. He could, and yet he could not. Before his eyes, 3 assassins sprung from the shadows. Draka and Durotan unsheathed their weapons, their Frostwolf springing to its feet, determined to defend them, and Thrall instinctively prepared to unsheath his Doomhammer to defend his family. "What are you doing?" Grukar snarled. Thrall froze. Grukar believed him to be aware of the attack, and if Thrall wanted the timeline to unravel as it was supposed to be, he could not interfere. He had to stand by and watch his own parents be slaughtered right in front of him. He watched as Sharptooth, the wolf that gave everything it had to try and defend Durotan, fell. He watched his father, maimed and wounded, battle back the assassins, and he saw his mother, doing all she could to defend his infant self. Amidst the fighting, Draka made eye contact with Thrall, her eyes revealing such hatred towards him that it wounded him more than any physical strike could have. As the battle continued, an assassin made his way to Grukar. "What are you?" The assassin decapitated Grukar, and then turned to Thrall. Thrall may not be able to defend his family, but he can most definitely defend himself. The two dueled, their battle close-paced, none gave ground, until Thrall heard his father's painful cry at discovering the death of Draka. Thrall channeled all of his rage and frustration on the assassin, battering him to the ground and preparing to smash his skull with the Doomhammer. But wait, he couldn't. What if this creature, vile and evil as he may be, needed to live in order for the original timeline to be as it was? Thrall lowered his weapon and spat on the assassin's face and told him to flee. "Never let me see your face again." The assassin leapt to his feet and sprinted away, and Thrall turned back towards the battle scene to see his own mother hacked to pieces, and one last assassin severing both arms of his father so that Durotan could not hold his child even as he was dying. "Take the child," Durotan pleaded to the assassin. "We will leave the child for the forest creatures. Perhaps you can watch as they tear him to bits." Thrall charged the assassin like he did the last, and just like the other assassin, he fled. "My child." Durotan was still alive. Thrall quickly retrieved his infant self and placed him on Durotan's chest. "You have no arms to hold him, so I place him on your heart." Who are you? You betray us. You let us die. And yet you attack our killers. You would not believe me, Durotan, son of Garad. But I beg you, by the ancestors, I beg you to believe this. Your son will survive. Hope sparked in Durotan's eyes. He will remember what it means to be an orc and become both a warrior and a shaman. Durotan was dying, but he fought. He fought to cling to life, to listen to Thrall. Our people will recover from the darkness Gul'dan inflicted on them. We will become a nation proud and powerful, and your son will know of you and his brave mother, Draka, and he will name a great land after you. How can you know? Thrall's eyes began to water, and he forced the tears back and placed a hand on his father's chest. Trust that I do. Your sacrifice was not in vain. Your son will live to change this world. This I promise. I promise you, Durotan. Durotan's face relaxed, his lips showing the faintest hint of a smile, and then he closed his eyes. Thrall then took hold of his infant self and held him near his chest for a long, long time. And this is how Thrall saw how his parents die firsthand. Whatever you may think of him after Wrath of the Lich King, you have to give him some credit for this. It takes an incredible amount of willpower to stand idly by as your parents are slaughtered right in front of your eyes, and whereas an event like this would be enough to break a man down 100 times over, Thrall recovered and went back to his mission shortly after. It was always disappointing to me how Thrall never told Durotan that he was his son right before Durotan died, but that concluding conversation between father and son was enough for me. In the end, Durotan died believing that there was hope for not only his son, but the Horde as well. If you guys liked the video and found it interesting, please hit that like button down below. It helps a lot, and if you also wish to know more of Thrall's adventure into alternate and past timelines, check out my alternate timelines WoW video, which will be linked in the outro to this video. Once again guys, thank you so much for watching, and as always, take care.